Here is today's new lesson. Vocabulary Lesson 2 consists of two chunks, pro and pre. Alexa, can you tell me whether these are prefixes, suffixes, or roots? Very good. They are prefixes, Alexa. Now, what helped you answer that question correctly? That is correct, but what about it makes it look like it's at the beginning of a word? There's a little clue in there that dictionaries use also. Put your hand down. She could figure it out. I'm sorry? Not slashes. What do we call, use your words for your punctuation marks? Yeah. Very good. See, Alexa, I knew you could do it. It's a dash. Remember that when you're reading a dictionary, a dash to the right of a word indicates that something will follow. That means you're looking at the definition of a prefix. If it's a suffix, where will the dash be? Jay? In front of it. Very good. To the left of it. We're talking about a dash to the right of it. Therefore, we are talking about prefixes. Excellent. Jay, can you give me a word that starts with either of these prefixes, pro or pre? Besides prefix. Yes, that's true. Preheat. Okay, it's very good. Preheat. Julianne, where's the division? Very good. We've got prefix. We've got root. Julianne, does this have a suffix? Yeah. What would that suffix be? Not quite. Doesn't heat look like a word in and of itself? Like heat's the root? Yep. So no suffix on this one. Preheat is which part of speech? Chrissy, which part of speech is preheat? Very good. It is a verb. I want to make that verb a different part of speech. I'll do that by adding a suffix. Jay is my hero because he's the only one who's looking through his resources to see if he can find the answer in there. But let's see how you can do without that. But keep looking, Jay. Jordan, what can you do? Preheat head. Preheat head becomes what part of speech? Everybody take a look in the vocab skills packet as Jay is doing. Look on the last page. It says fact. It's your last fact. Here's a function. It's a little operation. I'd like you to take it down in your notes. This is something that you can do. It's listed right there. If you want to take it down in notes right in that packet, that's fine. You can use your language. Take a verb. Add the ed prefix, and it becomes an adjective. Let's take an example. Paper. What did I just do? So my verb is rip. My verb is rip. Now, Mia, what will I call this paper? How will I describe it? A ripped paper. Excellent. Rip, the verb, add the ed becomes an adjective. Rip plus ed becomes ripped, which is an adjective. And then it functions differently in the sentence. So instead of saying I rip the paper, we would call it the ripped paper. It's explained in the vocab skills, and you can do that with pretty much all verbs. There's one caution, though. Not all verbs are regular. Not all verbs take an ed. For instance, let's say the verb break. Daniel, what's the past participle of break? It's not breaked. I'm sorry? Broke or broken. In this case, we'll use broken as the past participle. So if I broke my pencil, I broke the pencil. Broke is a verb. The broken pencil, broken is an adjective. It's a good way to transform words. So preheat can become preheated. And to answer the question that I asked earlier, that makes it an adjective. Remember that that's the work that I expect you to do in the vocab lesson. I expect you to do it with vocab lesson 1. We're going to do vocab lesson number 2 today. I need you to find words that use these prefixes, tell me what the part of speech is, and then and give me the definition. Break it down into prefix, root, suffix, and then transform it into a different part of speech. And this is your material. Pro is a prefix that means in favor of something. You support something. So the example word here would be pro-slavery. If you're talking about the American Civil War, before the American Civil War, you might have had some pro-slavery groups that advocated the use or the retention of slavery in the United States. Pre is a prefix that means before. They look very similar, but they have quite different meanings, kind of like anti and anti that we saw last time. So it's a prefix meaning before. Present, you can see the word sent in there, to send. And then pre is before, so to send before. If I present something to Corey, it's kind of like sending it before her, sending it in front of her. That's what present means. Questions about that material? You don't have to copy it down all furiously, because remember, I've printed all this on the lesson sheet that you'll receive in just a moment. Okay, then let's start doing some in-class activities here.